Howdy, Desert Boy here. And as you know, I keep getting things in the mail. I got another one of these guys. So, we'll take a look and see what's in there. As you can probably guess, it's, I seem to be kind of fixated on how to carry my guns, And part of that is I think I'm transitioning, sometimes you get to where inside the waistband maybe isn't quite as comfortable as it once was. So you look for more outside the waistband or other options, maybe even like the shoulder holster. So that's kind of where I'm at. So let's see what I actually received. But it is, a lot of these holster manufacturers have been having sales like a lot of companies have recently. So I did get another DeSantis product. This is a mini Scabbard, right? And what firearm did I get this for? Well, let's take this out of here a minute and take a look at it. Now I have I just did a video on this particular firearm, and actually we'll check it safe. The P938 magazine's empty, we can see there, and we can see there's no rounds in the chamber. It's unloaded. And so I just did a video on that because I do enjoy carrying it because it is kind of a slim profile. So this does have a kind of a tag on it reminding you that it's, in the USA, right? Then it gives you some instructions in here. Usually these are about, the instructions that are in here are usually about the retention, any retention screws, as there is an adjustment here. It's like there's a type of adjustment here. And then it's just an outside the waistband holster, kind of basic. I had an inside the waistband one, which I use quite a bit, and I had a Kydex outside the waistband one, but I did not have like a leather one. So let's just see on initially getting it how it fits in there. It's a little tight, so I may wrap it up like a lot of times. I think some folks suggest is that you can, and those instructions also talk about that, wrapping something around it and putting it in there for a couple of days to try to get it to where you want it. Plus you have the tension adjustment. But for a leather holster, it's got pretty good retention right now. I'll have to put it on and see how that is. As you can see, that's not bad looking. Of course, one thing you got to remember with these is they have a manual safety, right? And without a grip safety, this is your only safety you have on a single action only. So you got to be aware of that, and you have to make personal decisions. Like I said, these are just things that I find to be useful for me. You got to make your own decision and talk to your own experts. But carrying a single action firearm with just this one safety and a holster like this, you have to think about whether or not that's something that you would find to be acceptable to you, and do your own research and everything on it. Because, like I said, I'm just sharing with you what works for me. So that's what that's for, the P938. And I'll put it on and we'll see how it fits, and I'll show you a short video on that. So let's take a look at where this holster I just got, the mini Scabbard from DeSantis, would fit with my P938. How might I carry that? I'm going to show a couple of places I might put it on my belt. This is something you always got to work out later on. Is first of all, does it work for you to even carry? And so I always say, these are my personal decisions for me. You got to do your own research and follow all your local, state, and federal guidelines and carry laws, especially with CCW permitting and EDC and so forth, and just make sure you're in compliance. But this is what I would do: is try different positions, see what works for me, and then kind of go from there. So once again, at my tummy, most of you don't have that. Probably it's not an issue for you. Maybe a little bit of printing. I think you can see that. So there it is outside the waistband. Of course, it's not broke in yet. So it's, we'll have to see how that works out. Have to decide whether or not I feel comfortable carrying it back here. So let's look at another position as well. You can kind of see straight on kind of how it's sitting there in this particular position. And it does have a little bit of a cant to it. So So let's see another carry position for me, which may work out being a better one. You can see, you know, probably minimal printing. As we see here, see how I reached back there because I am used to carrying back there. I've only recently started experimenting with more up here. That's why you have to practice, you know, how you carry. And you can see it comes out of there probably a little smoother. It doesn't reholster quite as easy because it's not broke in yet, but it does make it very secure. You can see here, probably a little easier for me to check and see safety status, you know. If you're one that does that, keeps it a little tighter to my body, and having it farther back helps take care of this, where this was maybe pointing out. By the way, this is a Core Essentials leather gun belt that I do have on with it, and that really works well, so for me anyway. So just wanted to share that with you about, you know, different places you might carry this. And it's one thing you always have to do. You have to kind of experiment, kind of see. I do anyway. I have to kind of experiment and see what works best for me. So as Desert Boy always says, be safe out there. And by the way, this gun's still unloaded, just like we had checked it prior. By the way, as Desert Boy always says, be safe out there, whatever you're doing. And if you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. Bye now.